Greetings, bloggers, vloggers, followers, and potters. Dustin here from Dustin's Dynasty. Got with you again with this week's vlogs. Today I have still got my background picture of Laurel Ridge State Park in the Laurel Highlands of Pennsylvania, as it is proven that it is still snowing outside and it's still a wonderful season of winter goodness. So with that being said, the description of that video will be left as in the comments as of last week. Further ado, we will get into today's speaking engagement of the first vlog of the week, and I hope everybody had a good week, but we'll go ahead and get started. So I want to talk about autism and social media. So there is no question that social media has changed the way that we as autistics interact with the world, and same with our neurotypical peers. It has changed immensely over the years of how we interact, and we hear a lot about the lack of face-to-face communication, the perpetual access to communication. It takes us out of a moment, but for autistic people like myself, there are 7 factors that mean that social media has opened up a world that makes the socialization better. Being independent, it's kind of like the segue, because I have people I can talk to and communicate with and have somebody say, hey, I get this, and this is how it is, and how I'm feeling, and that I'm not alone in this world. I'm not alone in this journey of my autistic self. So that's a big thing. Many good things have happened to me through social media, but I'm just one person, and there are several other people that have experienced that. And I found many friends on social media, who have similar journeys or close to similar journeys, or just learning the curve themselves. It doesn't make them any less of a person, doesn't make them any more of a person, but it does make me feel that I am not alone in this journey of being autistic. It could be any sort of medium too. It doesn't have to be, just Facebook. The Facebook is a primary thing, and there could be Instagram and uh, Twitter and all those kind of things that make things point out to what they are. That there's many things we can do, and contrary to what many people believe about autistic people, we want to socialize. The problem is the social world is confusing and overwhelming, and it's not always sensory friendly. On social media, we can interact without the added stress of a chaotic environment. Typing is less demanding, and communication lets us express ourselves authentically to get to know people more easier. Many autistic adults form friendships based on shared interests. Depending on what your interests are, it can be hard to find people locally who are into the same things that you are, or like them to the same degree. There are groups for every interest imaginable. Some are open to people from all over the world, while others act as a gathering space for locals to plan in-person meetups. It's a great way to meet people and to share your appreciation for whatever it is that you love or are interested in. Some autistic people use separate social media accounts to display and sell their artwork or other creative sources. Others write or edit articles, such as a blog. For me, I like to write my blogs, and you can follow those, and they're very intuitive. Social media is, a great place for that. Others, write about their experiences with autism, like I do, and in their field expertise. Some have found paid work with advocacy organizations eager to hear autistic voices. Self-advocacy is crucial for people with disabilities, but for us with communication challenges, it can be difficult. Social media is where autistic self-advocates find their voices. Once you find your voice, you can use it however you like to share your perspective with your family or and friends and family through photos or posts, and write to educate a wider audience, and even to go out to a mission to change a law. For some people, long distance friendships can be hard to keep up, but with the autistic community doesn't have anything to lose across the miles but in time zones, and it was built and designed to exist online. One of the best things about autistic friendships is peer-to-peer mentoring. Our older autistic mentors have a unique ability to understand, teach, and guide us through the challenges of being neurodivergent in a neurotypical world. We can then support those who come after us. I personally believe that the cycle of mentoring relationships is one of those greatest strengths of our community. Uh, Support. Well, while some autistic support people use social media independently, teens and some adults with higher support needs may not. But that doesn't mean they can't use it at all. With the individual's consent, a support person can share their artwork or their photos. Posts and messages can be transcribed, and it can be transcribed for anyone who use augmentative or alternative communication, otherwise known as AAC. Some people may need help setting up a profile and choosing privacy settings, such as limiting who can see posts to friends or family. I hope, and I hope parents will see the. I hope my hope is that parents and other people who support autistic people will be able to see the value of social media and giving their autistic individual access to social media, and you know um, offering support to make that possible. And of course, a part of that is safety. So part of being a responsible social media user is learning to recognize when certain risks that come with the territory of being online. It's a good idea for everyone who uses social media to take the time to learn about certain issues, and that includes privacy settings. So it's very important to choose your privacy settings and know and come to a common ground with who and what you want to share your information with. It's very important to protect personal information such as addresses, phone numbers, the length, type of sharing, so on and so forth. It's important to know what doxing is, and it's ironic that in this great state of Pennsylvania that I live in, even some of the district attorneys don't even know what doxing is, and it was a very landmark case against the Equality Project in this state that wouldn't file charges, but you can read into that through the Pennsylvania Equality Project. Um, it's very important. So, you need to know about whether people can share your information or not and how others find your information. So it's very important. It's very important to identify what scams are and know what not the knows about scams. If you have a cell phone, you probably want to know this because you're getting scam calls a lot of the time. And, you know, not to be catfished. And that's a very scary thing. I've seen it in its early days and it's still alive and well, my friends. Understanding what's inappropriate or illegal online behavior, uh, the errors of spending too much time online, and online bullying is very important topics. But research shows that autistic people experience more bullying than their neurotypical peers, including cyberbullying. Even among the autistic community, differences of opinion can lead to reactions ranging from civil disagreement to clear harassment. So it's important to recognize that to be able to recognize when someone crosses a line so you can set boundaries such as blocking users who are being inappropriate. Social media platforms also come with one of the hidden curriculum, the unspoken but widely understood set of rules that governs interactions online. These things aren't dangerous, but they speak as if they are socially inappropriate and can create awkward situations. Sometimes they spark conflict, and that includes you sending too many messages too frequently, typing all caps, identifying jokes as sarcasm in text, ignoring trolls in the comments, controversial topics, boundaries of different one-on-one relationships, and sharing personal stories, details, or photos too publicly, such as oversharing. It's those things, are all taboo sometimes, and they can be the red flag that causes a friendship or a relationship. And that can not only be in social media, that can also be in text or a friendship where you have to define those boundaries. And I've been working last year on defining those boundaries, and I feel much better since I did. And I got rid of that one issue last year, and now I feel like I'm in a good place going forward, and I can create more friends and more healthier friends for me, as opposed to the ones that I had so negatively drawn on to for months on end. And I feel a lot better, and I feel like I can communicate well and be around more friends, and know what's good and what's bad, and working on it. So, it's far from the perfect solution to the social barriers we experience. It comes with its own pitfalls and frustrations. But while most people can rattle off a list of the negatives, it does have little known secret. It is a central hub of a thriving autistic community. In some ways, it is uniquely suited to people who want to connect but do so in an atypical way. While social media isn't for everyone, it's a valid and meaningful way of socializing, and that it should be discussed, encouraged, and supported. So I do encourage you all to do that, and we'll get into this a little more throughout the year because I feel it's a very important topic. But that was just what I wanted to highlight on it just to start the year off and feel good about it. So with that, I want to thank you again for listening. Be sure to like the video if you like it. Be sure to tap that notification bell if you want to hear more notifications. Subscribe to my channel if you like, follow, like it, give a like or a follow on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter at Dustin's Dynasty. Visit me on the web at dustinsdynastyusa.com. Be sure to follow me on Facebook, on TikTok, and Pinterest. I'm starting the content on there again at Dustin's Dynasty ASD. This vlog will also be transcribed into a podcast on many platforms, including Spotify. With that being said, I want to thank you again for listening. Stay warm, everyone, and have a great day.